right. Hello there. Sorry, I've been on a Star Wars kick recently. I just wanted to hide our Sunday chat. We are just hanging out, just chatting a little bit today. Nothing formal. I just wanted to jump on our stream and see what's going on in the world. I have to jump off in about 15 minutes, and so just wanted to make sure that I checked in because it's Wednesday. It's our church chat live stream. Actually, let me see, since I was hiding the chat anyway, let's see if I can do this. There we go. Because I don't have the QR code there. Let's see. What if I do this? All right. Very cool, very cool. Well, thank you for tuning into our stream today. Is the color different between these two? I feel like if I do that. No, the color is the same. All right. Anyway. Things have been kind of hectic this week. We're launching a new course called GPS. This is actually its second run through. And it's kind of like the next step after our discipleship pathway course. And it's like identifying your gifts, your passions, and your story. And how God wants to use that in everyday life. And so I think it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend it, and we'll be running those throughout the year. And then on Sunday as well, we're doing our first run through of our Following Jesus course. And so if you're kind of new to the church, or if you've been around for a while and would like to kind of just refocus on the basics and build up from there, I think that's good. And we'll be offering that throughout the year as well. So those are kind of our three courses. And then we'll actually have a fourth one coming out hopefully this year that is completely recorded, just needs to be edited. We're just encountering some technical issues with it. And that is our How to Read the Bible course. So it's kind of a cool evolution of like following Jesus, and then how do I read my Bible, and then what am I supposed to, like, what are my next steps? Like, so what do I do with my faith? And then from there it's GPS, which is like, how do I best use my gifts to help others learn what I've learned, sort of thing. So that's very exciting, and I'm hoping that we can kind of put like a nice trajectory together with that involved. And I'm kind of like verbally processing a little bit here, just because we're still trying to figure out exactly how it fits together. I think we've got a lot of good puzzle pieces. We just need to find which pieces fit where. And yeah, I mean, even just personally, it's been kind of a crazy week. My wife is sick, and we have a 2-year-old, and so things are kind of just all over the place right now. I've driven back and forth from the church several times today to do drop-off and come into work, and then to go get medicine and come back, and then to drop off my daughter at home and come back for our live stream and our course tonight. So that is what my day has consisted of, in addition to meetings mostly. So, you know, it's a fun day, real good day. Lots going on. And one of those days where it's like you feel tired, like you've done a lot of work, but also you don't have a ton to show for it, and that's always unfortunate. Shalomi, my homies, from Altus Rabbi on Twitch. Hey, how's it going? Just chatting. Am I at church? Yes, I am at church. This is our church studio, which used to be a conference room, and is now a studio. It is where we record all of our stuff that goes up on YouTube. So, okay, yeah. How's your week been? How are things going? Wednesday check-in. What are you stressed about? What are you thankful for? Altus Rabbi. Also, are you actually a rabbi? Is that a username missing? I can't really tell from your profile picture. Just studying and chilling. What is it that you're studying? Is it the Bible or is it just school? I'm not a rabbi. I'm just a Hasidic Orthodox Jew. Am I saying that right? I feel like I haven't seen that spelled out before. What does that look like for you? Were you born into a Jewish family? I guess that is that a given? I don't know. Now I'm kind of questioning. Maybe you can educate me a little bit. Converted later in life, Christian upbringing. Okay, cool. Out of curiosity, just coming from a Christian background myself, what made you want to convert to Hasidic Orthodox Judaism? I kind of have just the one perspective. I kind of shopped around at one point in my life and tried to see if I aligned with anything of what other religions believe, and ended up back in the church. And so came the long way around. But long story. The short was biblical history and theological consistency. Very cool. I like that. Bible history is long and extensive and complicated. And I think that and the theological consistency, they really go hand in hand from what I've experienced. I'd be curious if there's anything in particular that kind of stuck out to you. But one of the big things that we're trying to do here, history is definitely a wild ride. Yeah, for sure. I gave a message on Sunday that was kind of about Genesis and Exodus, and some of the perspectives that the ancient Israelites would have maybe held and in their writing of Genesis. And so it takes a lot of research to kind of understand the history and the culture, and especially cultural practices of surrounding nations and people groups. And so it's really complicated. But we have a lead pastor in this season where he is super into church history, but also biblical history. It's really cool to kind of dive deep into some of that, and I'm learning a lot just working here. So I love the church history, fantastic stuff in there. Yeah. It ironically was actually the thing that almost made me quit seminary, because you kind of go down all the branches of Christianity, and it's like, well, these people disagreed with these people, and these people continued forward, and then they disagreed with these people, and these people continued forward, and there's just all these branches of different denominations disagreeing with one another, some more heretical than others, and it's just like, oh, okay, so no one knows what's going on, is what you're saying. What seminary did you go to? I went to Grand Canyon University, which was really convenient because I got to go online. Quite a few Jews I know were converts from Liberty University. I've heard things about Liberty University. I don't know. It's been kind of a mixed bag, I think, from Liberty, but that's interesting that that many converted from there. Yeah, Grand Canyon was very convenient because I was able to go to school online. I lived in Arizona. I had a few friends that went there. Oh, very cool, awesome. What part of Arizona were you from? Because I was in Phoenix, and I did a couple of residencies out there, and so I had to go out for a week at a time and do some in-person cohort stuff, and so that was really cool. I didn't go there for my undergrad, but I went there for my master's degree. And like I said, I could go online, and so I could still kind of be here in the church world, and I think that gave me a more well-rounded seminary experience because a lot of my classmates weren't like doing ministry. So when it came time for like our practicum, like it was like, oh, do like 40 hours of ministry. And I was like, cool. I logged all my hours. I did like 300. I lived in Scottsdale, Tempe, Glendale, Peoria, Buckeye, Surprise, Anthem, and Goodyear. Wow, you moved around Arizona quite a bit. Let's see if I can bring the chat back up here now that we've kind of refreshed a little bit. Chat. There we go. Lots of places in Arizona. Why all the moves? Just out of curiosity. Oh, you were in film and TV. Very cool. I have a light background in some digital video stuff, which is kind of feeds into what I do here. But not at that level. And so I've enough to get by when it comes to doing church stuff, but I have a great respect for directors and producers and anyone who works on a film or TV set. A lot of Los Angeles and Phoenix moves, reality TV and feature film line producing. Very cool. All right. That's awesome. Is there anything that I might have heard of when it comes to film and TV that you worked on? I was actually, before I became a pastor, I was thinking about teaching. And before teaching, I was thinking of directing. And so I actually came pretty close to going down that path. That's what I was going to do for my undergrad. And then I kind of changed directions at the last minute and instead studied organizational leadership. And that was at Azusa Pacific University. Also online. And so that was a good experience. Again, still got to work in the church world while I was going to school. So I appreciate that time in my life. And it gave me more time to figure out what I want to do. When I was a Christian, I launched PureFlix Digital. Wow. Okay. And produced God's Not Dead 1-3, Case for Christ, Duck Dynasty, Mountain Men, MTV Garbage, and opera stuff, Animal Planet, and a lot of horror films. Wow. All right. Very cool. That's awesome. Were you like one of the people like actively like working to launch it, or were you just like working on the project for a little while? MTV does have some garbage, but they also occasionally have a gem. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure for my wife and I a little bit. Like, I think Catfish was on MTV. Reality TV can kind of be that. I didn't work on the gems. Yeah. Yeah. I like the concept of PureFlix. We mostly just avoid things that have a lot of bad stuff in it. I did like, is she really going out with him? I haven't heard of that one, but it sounds like it would be some fun, trashy reality TV. there's a new season of Love is Blind out on Netflix. My wife and I are watching that. So occasionally we'll partake in some reality TV. We don't do like the Love Island stuff, like with people like walking around in bathing suits. That's not our vibe. But I've watched a bit of The Traitors on Peacock, which is kind of cool because it's kind of like Survivor, except again people are more clothed, which is always good. Yeah. Well, very cool. Well, I actually have to jump off for a meeting. We have a course that we're doing tonight that I'm going to be a part of. But PureFlix was decent to start. When Greg Gerdoff took over, they had a common phrase of slap a cross on it, and these suckers will buy anything. Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like that's true sometimes, and I don't think that's a good practice. I think if we're gonna make Christian content, then we should do it well and not just slap a cross on it, because I think we need to do more to help people understand the Bible and what it means for our life, and not just more God's Not Dead movies. I wasn't a fan of New Direction focusing on revenue over morals, hence why they have a ton of Hallmark sexual scandal shows. Oh, on PureFlix, really? I'll have to look into that. Not to watch, but to understand, to clarify. Yeah, man, that sucks. So I left, and that was the last time I was in film and media. Man, I'm sorry. That sounds like it was not a great experience. That's a bummer. Yeah. Well, I would love to chat more. If you want to chat more, please scan the QR code or join the Discord link in the description somewhere. Not related to becoming Jewish. Yeah. Again, I would love to chat more. Drop a follow. Awesome. Cool. We'll be here every Wednesday. It's a bit shorter today because I gotta jump off, and again, like I said, my wife is sick, and so yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know if I have any. I can't scan the QR code. There should be a link. There should be a link in the description somewhere. On Twitch, I believe it's in our bio. Should be in the description of this as well. But I think when you put the exclamation Discord that's supposed to do a pop up, I should probably set that up. That's my bad. But yeah, please drop a follow, and that'll be my challenge for next time, is to get some stuff set up. So hey, thanks for tuning in. We will be here on Sunday, and we'll be here next week as well. So thanks for the chat.